But they're,
as they say, coming and going.
exactly.
Chumash and Rashi. We are Parshas Vayishlach, the Torah portion of Vayishlach. We're in the fourth reading. We continue with the story of Yaakov and Esav. They have met up again after 20 years. And as we learned yesterday, Esav was a changed man, either in the moment or...
The first I met the Rebbe for the first time.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
Special.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I did Shabbos there. Wow.
Amen.
Wow, amazing. So we are in Bereshit, the book of Genesis, chapter 33, verse number 6. We continue with the encounter. The Yaakov, Esav, Jacob, Esau encounter. And they came forward, they made servants, the handmaids, Hena, them, Bealdehem and their children, and they bowed. No Rashi. Next verse number 7. Hatigash gam Leah, and she came close. Also Leah, Bealadeha, and her children, and they bowed. And Yigash Yosef, and afterwards came forward Yosef, Rachel, and Rachel, and they bowed. You know something different here? Yosef became before Rachel, but by the others it said the mother and then the children. Rashi picks up on it. The Nigash Yosef Rachel, and Yosef and Rachel came forward. Bekulam, all of them, it says he was Nigashes Nifnei Abani. That the mothers came forward before the sons. Rachel, Yosef Nigash Nifnei. Yosef went forward before her. Amar, he said to himself, Imi Afas Tayar, my mother is very beautiful. Shema Yitla Ba Einav Eisei Rasha, this evil one Esav might put his eyes on her. The Emoid Kenegda, so I'll stand opposite her. And I'll block him from seeing her beauty. Mikan, from here, as a result of this incident, Yosef became worthy the birchas aleyayim, for the blessing over the eye, meaning, meaning that since he stood over the eye of Esav, so he, so to speak, got the eye, the eye of beauty for him.
Beautiful, what you said.
Yeah, exactly. Number 8, V'yaymer, and he said, Mi lecha. So Esav now said, Mi lecha, who are these? Kolamachan, this entire encampment, Hazeh, this entire encampment, Asher Pegashi, that I have met. V'yaymer lim tzeichein b'einei adoni. So he answered to gain favor in my master's eyes. Rashi in number 8, Mi lecha kolamachan, who is this entire encampment? Mi kolamachan asher pegashi, who is this entire camp that I met, kishu shelcha, which is yours. Kalaimar, lama hu lecha, why not? Why is it yours? Why do you need it? Hu lecha, why do you need it? He wasn't asking about the identity of the people. He understood that they belong to Yaakov, but he's asking, like, I guess, like, why do you need so many? I don't know, not exactly clear. Pshuta Shemikra. But the simple meaning of the verse is that Kol Meilichi HaMincha refers to those who brought the mincha, which is the tribute. Aha. Because the tribute came before, right? So he's asking, what's this gift or this tribute, right? Obviously, like you don't bring your animals before you bring the people, right? The fact that he brought these and there were other animals behind, much more. So why are these animals here? Because they're a tribute. What are they a tribute for? That's a simple meaning. Midrashay, but the Midrash interpretation, Kitus Shemalachi Pagam. He encountered a group of angels, Shahayu Deichim Moisa, that they would push him, Besanashav, and his men. The angels were pushing Esav and his 400 men, and they would say to them, Shalmiatem, whose are you? Hey, Maimim Shalem. They would say to the angels, Shal Esav, we belong to Esav. Hey, Maimim. The angels would then say to them, Haku, Haku, hit him, hit him. Ve'elo Aimim, so Esav's men would say, Henichoi. So, in other words, there were angels were saying, not all the angels, some of the angels were saying, hit them, hit them. And Esav's men then would say, Hanichoi, leave off. He's the son of Yitzchak. Right? In other words, don't hit Esav. He's the son of Yitzchak. But they wouldn't pay attention to them. Then they would say, no, he's the grandson of Avram. In other words, he's got, he comes from a regal ancestry. But they wouldn't pay attention to him either. Then they said, Echav shel Yaakov. Then they said, he's the brother of Yaakov. When they heard that, the angel would have said to them, if so, then you're one of ours. Amazing. Mishalanu.
Yeah.
You're one of ours. In other words, not good enough that you come from your good stock. You're the brother of Yaakov. Oh, now you're one of us. Fine, we won't hit you. That's a midrash. Why Rashi brings that? I don't know. How does he, and how he takes it out of the words, Milacha kol hamachane. How does he get it out of those words when not speaking about the encampment? I'm not clear how that comes out of those words.
I thought angels don't have bchira chofshit. Why would they be?
Who said they had bechira?
Huh?
They were doing their shlichus. Their shlichus was to make them recognize that that Esav is a brother to Yaakov. They're brothers, right? They're connected. That's their shlichus.
So Haku is on the people of Esav.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kemilacha kol hamachane. Okay, this whole who do you belong to? Who's this group belong to? That's how it fits those words, right? You follow? What page? We're in verse number 8.
Oh, yeah. They say Shel Esav.
Right. So that's how Rashi fits it into those words. Okay. Verse number 9.
Okay.
I have plenty. So in other words, what's happening here? What was the simple meaning? The simple meaning is, what is all this? Meaning the gift. So he understood that it's a gift for him. So he responds, I have plenty, my brother. Let whatever you have remain yours. Rashi number 9. Let that which you have remain yours. So Rashi says, what does that mean? He now conceded concerning the blessings, the firstborn blessings. In other words, he could have said, I have plenty. In other words, I don't need what's yours, right? What belongs to you, let it remain yours. Well, that's superfluous. You know what belongs to him? The blessings. The blessings will remain yours. That's what Rashi's explaining. Okay? Number 10. Verse number 10. Yaakov then responded, no, please. If I have found chen, favor in your eyes, then please take my offering, my gift, miyadi, from my hands. Ki al kain, because as a result, I've seen your face, it's like seeing the face of God by seeing you, and you have been appeased by me. Rashi number 10. Al no, please do not. Al nasemali kain. Don't tell me this. That you don't want the gift. All right, don't do that. Continues Rashi. So if I found favor in your eyes, then accept my gift, my tribute from me, as much as I have seen your face. It's worthwhile and proper of you. You should accept my tribute. In as much as I've seen your face, and it is important to me. Kiriyas pnei hamalach, as seeing the face of an angel. Sharisi sar shelcham, because I have already seen your ministering angel. Right? Remember, he saw him and he fought with him. He fought with him. So, in other words, you should accept this because I've already, it's valuable to me as like seeing the face of the angel, meaning seeing the face of the ministering angel that I fought with. And this is a holy thing. Take it. Void, furthermore, it befits that you accept my offering. Al shen sisa li, because you have consented, that forgive me for my misconduct. Why did Yaakov mention to Esav here about seeing the angel? That Esav should be afraid of him. He saw angels, and he was saved, and I can't prevail over him. Right? What he mentioned, he doesn't know anything about the fact that he fought with Esav's angel. He doesn't know that. Why is he mentioning it to him? Because you're a man that sees angels and fights with angels. That means you're a powerful man. I'm not going to start up with you. I don't know. I'm not exactly clear why he would think at this point he would start up with him after he's kissed him.
Well, but he knows he's
I guess because it's only in that moment. In that moment, he was okay, but who knows what will happen afterwards, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, he wants to cover all grounds. Okay, Vatir Tseini, and you have been appeased by me. Yastia li, you've reconciled together with me. Likewise, any word that is ratzin, which means will, all right, lashon pius is a reconciliation. In Old French, apayemo. Similarly, we see the word ratzin, it means appeasement. In other words, like your will is with me, right? Meaning appeasement. He's just giving different examples of where the word ratzin, which usually means will, also means appeasement. Okay, verse number 11. That was just giving different examples. Verse number 11. Kachna is birchasi. Please take my blessings. Asher hovas loch, that had been brought to you. Ki chanani alakim, because God has been gracious to me. Because I have everything. And he urged them, and he took it. Right? He didn't want to take it, but then, in fact, he did. Rashi in number 11, Birchosi, my blessing. What is my blessing? Minchosi, my tribute, my gift. Minchazu, this tribute, Haba al riyas panim liprakim, which comes for seeing another face from time to time. Ena ba ela ela shalom, only comes for a greeting. Chol bracha, and the word bracha in Torah, she l'riyas panim, which is when you see another person, kegoin, like Yivarach Yaakov's parah, that Yaakov blessed parah, also iti bracha, pay homage to me, the son Cheriv, chen lishol kol shalom lebracha, to inquire in his welfare and to bless him, the Soi melech Hamas, by Toi, king of Hamas. They're all an idea of blessing of peace. In Old French, saludur. Afzu, this too, birchas munsholit. This is a blessing, a mon salud. My salutation. In other words, what he's saying is, birchasi, my blessing, means over here, my salutation. My greetings. Okay. Next Rashi. Hasher huvas lach, that was brought to you. Lo tarachta bo. You did not trouble over it. Bani yagaiti, but I exerted myself lagia to reach its destination. Ashaba liyadcha, until it came to your hands. You don't have any exertion here. You have no troubles with this, right? I had to work hard for this. In other words, it's not difficult for you to take the gift. For me, I had to work hard for the gift. But for you, easy. Hanani, the God has been gracious to me. Nun Rishona Mugdeshis. The first nun has a dagish, emphasis by a dot in it. The fishihi mishameshes b'mokum shtei nunim. It's functioning instead of in the place of two nuns. Now there would be three nuns there. Shaya loy leimer chananani. That's how it should have been written. She'ein chanan b'loy shtei nunim. Because the root of chan does not appear without two nuns. Ashlish is the shimush, and the third is to service it, to make it an object of a verb. Sani.
It's really reference to me. The
The
last name.
Madani. Yesh li kol. I have everything. Next Rashi. Kol sipuki. All of my needs. The Esav diber, right? I have everything, meaning of my needs. And Esav spoke the Lashon Gaiva in a haughty language. Yesh li rab, I have plenty, which implies Yesav Yesav mikadei tzarki, more than what I need. Right? A tzaddik just sees everything that they have, and it's exactly what they need. Right? And a wicked just sees things as superfluous. Right? So I've got lots, I got plenty, more than I need, right? And now Esav comes back to him, and he says, and he says, Nisa, travel on, Benelcha, and we should go, Be'elcha lenegdecha, and I will go, meaning travel, alongside you, together with you. Well, let's go together, right? Hey, we got brotherhood now. Let our brotherhood continue. Nisa, travel on, slocha, like listen, forgive, spelled with a hey at the end of the word. Shema, slach. Shema and slach, listen and forgive, without the hey. Afkan, here too, nosa keneged nosa. Second. Tuvanach. Esav Amalek. Esav is saying to Yaakov, Nasamikan, travel on from here, v'nelech, and let us go together. That's what he's saying. Okay? Continue, and I will proceed alongside you, Mishavalach, in line with you. Toivazu esalach. I'm doing you, Esav is telling to Yaakov, I'm doing you a favor. She'arich yemei ma'halachti, that I will extend my days of travel, to go slowly. Kashe'ata tzarich, as you need. That's what it means alongside you. Bishabalach, equal to you, right? I'm not going to run ahead of you. I'm going to go slowly because, he was with men. Well, you'll see Rashi. I mean, you'll see as he responds in the next verse. So he said, I'll slow down and go alongside with you. Okay. So he responds, verse 13. Excuse me. Yaakov responded to him, Adoni, my master, Yedeya, you know. Yeah. Sikha olomdim. Sikha. Ki hayaladim rakim, that the children are tender. Vahatsoin va'abakar, and the flock and the cattle, olis alai, are upon me. They're upon me. I think it says over here, they're, I don't know where yeah, but I don't know where he gets nursing from. Yaladim rakim, the children are frail, right? And responsible for the nursing lambs, goats, and cattle. Okay, we'll see Rashi. And if they're going to be pushed for one day, they're going to die. All of the cattle, right? All of the cattle are going to die. Right? There's an amazing sikha over here, which I don't think we'll have time. That is, anyways, probably on Shabbos we'll bring about it. Okay, 13 in Rashi. Aloy salai, that they're upon me. Hatzain ba'bakar, the flock and the cattle, she'ein alois, which are nursing. I guess the word alois means nursing upon me, meaning I have the responsibility, mutal salai, I have the responsibility now allowed to go slowly as a result. Right? They're nursing. Alois.
Like very, very young.
Yeah.
Maybe call is including the herd.
It looks like the word alois he's saying. Look, the next Rashi, it's going to say alois, nursing, megadlois oilalim, they're raising their young. So their olel is young. Lashon oilel b'yonik, it's a term of a child and an infant. Ul yamim, tender in years. Shtei pares oles, 2 nursing cows. So it's young and nursing. In Old French, enfant. Look at that Old French. Wow. Okay. Utvakum yom echad. And if they're driven hard one day, if they're going to be driven hard even for one day, to exhaust them on the road by running them, the entire flock is going to die off. Like my beloved is knocking. This is from Shir Hashirim, Song of Songs. Nekish Badelis bangs on the door. Right, just showing that the word, we haven't had this word yet in Chumash. So Rashi's giving us another instance of where we know that this means knocking.
You missed the Rashi before that.
No, you had to think about Derech, Merutza. The Derech was the Mesu Atzayin, Kol Atzayin. Said that.
Yeah, we might call it some.
Yeah. 14. Okay, good. Okay. So he continues and he says, pass, please, my master lifnei avdei, before your master. Right now, you go ahead. In other words, right? Bani, and as for me, it's nahala. I will lead the way. Liiti, slowly. Laregel, by foot. Hamalacha shelefanai, according to the malacha.
Yes.
To the work, right? To the work of foot, meaning, right, the journey ahead, right? That's by foot. Ad asher avai, until I will come. In other words, you go ahead and I'm going to meet you. El adeni seira, to my master in Seir. Let's see Rashi. Very well, this is all heavy stuff. You can't imagine what's here.
Yeah.
Oh my
You know
God.
what? I'm wondering as I'm reading this, what's going on in his mind? Is he in a hurry for them to not see, like to separate?
Yeah.
Does he want to be with?
Well, let's see Rashi. Let's learn that. That's where we just those questions. Let's see how Rashi deals with them. Yaberna Adeni, let my master go ahead, pass before me, right? Al na tarich yemei halichoso. Do not extend your days of travel. Avor kvidarkecha. Go ahead according to your usual path, the way you usually go. The af im tisrache, and even if you'll distance yourself from me, is right. Even if you'll do that, because the end of the pasuk says we'll meet up. We'll meet up at Seir, right? Rashi continues. Let's continue with Rashi. Is nahala. I will make my way. It's nahel. Right. It's with the final hey, Yisera is superfluous. Come on, erda, then I will go down, eshma. Now there's it's superfluous, the final hey. Okay. Rashi continues, Le'iti. La'at shali, my slow pace, lashon nachas. It's a like an unhurried path. Lu'at. Ha'holchim la'at, which go calmly. La'at li lenar, deal gently with the lad for me. Li'iti alamed mina yasoid. The lamed in this word li'iti is part of the essential part of the word, not a prefix. Ve'ena mishameshes. Is nahel nachas shali, and I will conduct my way in a calm way. Right. I'm not going to be in a hurry. Like, it's Asa, 400 men, and they're on a move. Well, we're taking it slow. We're taking it slow. Okay. Okay. L'regel hayeladim. Oh, sorry. Thank you. L'regel hamalacha. According to the foot of the work. What does that mean? The feet tzarich, that which is necessary. Halichas ragli hamalacha, the walking of the feet of the work. Hamutelas olai, that's placed upon me, meaning I'm responsible. Lahilich, to conduct and to move forward. Right. What works for the family, that's what we're going to do. Right. That's what he's saying. Right. Next Rashi. L'regel hayeladim, and to the foot of the children, lefi ragleihem, in other words, commensurate to their feet, shem yochadim leilech, what the pace they're able to go in, right? Next Rashi, ad asher avayaladeni seira. Oh, this is a very interesting Rashi over here. Till I come to my master at Seir. Hirchiv lo yadera. The journey was a longer journey than Yaakov intended. Because he intended only to go to Sukkot, right? Yaakov did this for the following reason. Amar, he said to himself, if Esav's intention is to do me harm, he'll wait till I come to him. In other words, on his territory. Right now, it's on his territory. Maybe he's feeling uncomfortable to do some harm to me, but he's going to wait for me, right, and maybe create an ambush or whatever it is, right? That when I come there on his territory, and he'll feel more comfortable. Maybe that's what's going to happen, right? That's what he was concerned. So Amar, so he said to himself, if Esav's intention is to do me harm, I'll wait till I come to him. But he never went. When is he going to go? When's Yaakov going to go? Mashiach, in the times of Mashiach. Shenemar, as it says in Ovadia, and the saviors will arise on Mount Zion to meet out the justice on Mount Esav. Esav. In other words, you know what he's saying? Esav could not be dealt with now. Esav can only be dealt with Mashiach.
Well,
That's what it's saying.
yeah.
Got it? Very powerful. Very powerful. Oh, Warren is here. Hey, Warren. Good to see you. Shh. Right? Very powerful that also Rashi is saying this in Pshuto Shemikra, the simple meaning of the text. Right? He's not saying this as a midrash. He didn't say it's a midrash. He's explaining it as a simple meaning of the text, right? Right? Which it's got a lot of questions over here. Like, how does Rashi get this out of the text? Remember, Rashi has to get it out of this text, not what in history happened. That's not the text, right? It has to be in the text, right? He's telling us something historical, right? But that's not sufficient.
Yes, and
The text has to suggest it, right? So, I mean, the very fact that he didn't, right? Until he never really had in mind to meet him. He was going to Sukkos. He wasn't going to Seir. Hold on. Let's get the maps on.
You would have preferred not to see him.
No, not so simple. No. Yeah. He preferred to refine him, right? This is a point that could brought Mashiach. He preferred to refine him. But guess what? He wasn't ready. Guess who's going to refine him? We are going to refine him. Because who is Esav? Esav is Edom. Who is Edom? Rome. What's Rome? Western civilization. I have to look more into it because I don't know why he would go to Sukkot. Sukkot is all the way south of Egypt. Sukkot is the first place they went when they went out of Egypt. I don't know. I don't know if it was it was the first place.
Right next to Kippur. No?
Right here's Ramses all the way down here. Right, the first thing out of it's in the Sinai, shore desert, not even the sun. Yeah. Anyways, whatever. Okay, not for now. Even though it would be nice for now, but
Said it changed his script, his plans.
no, he always had
It
it planned.
makes sense. Yeah, but I said because of Esav, he made his plan to have a bigger trip.
Yeah, the trip is a
But
part.
she said,
This is the trip is including us, because B'mei Mashiach, right? He's saying B'mei Mashiach. That's where he's going to meet him. I mean, it's including us.
yeah,
I'm saying like how Rashi ekes that out from here is pretty. All right, 15. We're good. You're great. Okay. When he returned on that day, Esav l'darkei seira to Seir. He returned to Seir.
Thought Sukkot was next to Kippur. No?
No. Okay. Whatever.
Why you want to Sukkot?
Huh?
Why you want completely to do opposite?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Wait,
Because
Mashiach.
he's going back to Eretz Yisrael. So he was in the north of Eretz Yisrael. So why would he go down all the way through Egypt to the south of Egypt? And then he'd go like he's making a triangle. He's going down and then back up. I don't get that. There's something missing over here.
Maybe you have a prophecy that Bnei Israel, they will go to Egypt.
No. We're learning Chumash and Rashi. Let's not go off on stuff. We have to understand Pshuta Shamikra, not Midrash. What you're saying might be correct, but that's not Lo Hatchum Shalanu. Hatchum Shalanu Rak Pshuta Shamikra. Rashi. זהו. נכון, אבל זה לא נוגע בהלימוד. That we have to look. Well, anyway, we don't have time because I want to finish this. Okay.
Just say it to yourself to get rid of it. It doesn't really go.
No, Rashi says he's going to Sukkos.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said Seir just to keep some
No, but
quiet.
good. You're right.
Just really go there.
Well, he said Rashi said he's not going there. That was the whole Rashi. He said he's not going there. That's not the question. The question is, where is Sukkos in all of this? Sukkos is the south of Egypt. How does that make sense for anyone? He came from Mesopotamia. Remember, he came from Mesopotamia, right? Now he was in Iraq, where Lavan was, right? That's up north. How's he come there? Anyway, whatever. Not now. There must be something missing in understanding over. That's all. Okay, 15. So he went back on that day. He went back to Syria. Let's see Rashi in 15. But no. Oh, 1 second. Folks, you weren't paying attention. And neither was I. I didn't do verse 15. Yemer Esav, and Esav said, Atzigana imcha. I will, let me assign, please, with you, mina am, from my people, asher iti, that are with me. Yemer lama zeh. Why? And so he responds, Yaakov, why? Em sachem be'enei yadeini. To what purpose? Let me find favor in my master's eyes. Rashi 15. I missed the whole verse there. Folks, come on, you gotta be more observant. Me too. Me too. None of us were observant. 15. Says, what is the purpose that you do me this favor? I don't need it. Let me find favor in the eyes of my master. Don't repay me now for any compensation. I'll take the compensation, but not now. My compensation will be Mashiach. That's when I'll exact my payment. Okay, 16.
Very quickly. There's two different places called Sukkot. One near Egypt and one near the Yabok River.
Shkaya. Really, you looked it up?
Yep.
You lacked AI?
Yeah, my friend that I don't always trust, but sometimes.
Yeah, no. You know what? Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
I think we had that earlier. I don't remember where now, but that it was brought up once before. Thank you. Okay.
Well, Rashi
Good.
15.
Huh?
Rashi 15.
We did it.
Yeah.
Now we're in. Yeah, we did 15. Now we're in 16. So he went back on that day. Rashi in 16, and Esav started back on that day on his way. Esav alone. But the 400 men that went with him, they slipped away from him one by one. Where did God repay them. B'yemei David, in the days of David, Shenemar, there it says, Ki arba me'os ish na'ar asher rachvu ala gemalim, that David, he struck them, not one escape, but for 400 men, lads who rode upon camels. So, in other words, they got repaid that they left Esav. They recognized, oh, Esav, he ain't the man. Mishalanu, remember before? He's ours, right? He's the brother of Yaakov. So they didn't want to have to do with him anymore. They realized, see, he's not the real thing. And they slipped away. They got paid back for that reward. That when David conquered, King David conquered the Amalekis, who are descendants of Esav, 400 men escaped. Same 400 men that escaped here from Esav. They didn't get wiped out. Wow. 17. Yaakov Nasa Sukkosai, and Yaakov traveled to Sukkos, even Lobayas, and he built there a house, and Lekenehu also Sukkos, and for his livestock he made Sukkos, which are shelters. Alkain, therefore he called it the Shema Malkum Sukkos, therefore he named the place Sukkos. Rashi in 17, even Bayis, he built a house. Shasham Shmoina Aser Chodesh, he stayed there 18 months. Kayitz v'chorev v'kayitz, summer, winter, and summer. Sukkot kayitz, the shelters were for the summer. Bayis and for chorev, and the house was for the winter. Sukkot kayitz, and the second time that it says Sukkot shelters also implies summer. That's how Rashi knows it was summer, winter, summer. Right? That's because of the superfluous that it says. Right? He called it Sukkos. It says he went to Sukkos. Why are you calling it Sukkos? Because he stayed there for 18 months, three seasons.
But how come he's saying that he's going to Sukkot when this didn't even happen yet?
No, Rashi
Now
said.
he's just calling it Sukkot for the first time.
Rashi said this
So-
part. The verse didn't say it. Rashi is bothered by the words that I'll meet you at Seir, and we see that he never went to Seir. So he's bothered, but So first of all, he's a tzaddik. He ain't lying. He's not lying. He's not lying. A tzaddik wouldn't even lie for anything. We sometimes are allowed to lie. A tzaddik wouldn't.
But there is
Right? So how come it's not a lie? And maybe this is the answer of why Rashi says what he does. Let me just explain. This is maybe the answer why he said the whole thing. Where does it come from? Because he wouldn't lie. So he says he's going to meet him. He's going to meet him in the times of Mashiach. Right? The descendants of Yaakov are going to meet the descendants of Esav. That's what's going to happen. We have to see the Sikha, what the Rebbe says there. You hear? I don't know if that's my thought. I don't know if it's the truth. Just because I have an idea doesn't mean it's right. And that's very important that we recognize. Just because we have an understanding of something, maybe could be, but when we do have an understanding, what we want to do is see, does one of the commentators say that? Then we know. Oh, okay, we're okay. Otherwise, if it doesn't say that itself becomes a question. Then there must be something missing in how I'm seeing it, right? Quite late. Unless you're a holy, righteous person.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm not. So
when Abraham and Yitzchak says you are my sister, that's not a lie.
no, not at all. Rashi explained it.
Rivka was his sister.
Rashi explained it. Rashi explained it.
What is-
Anyway, not now. Okay, let's finish. That was Chumash HaRashi. We learned that already.
Their cousin.
No, it was his niece. It was his niece. And a niece, you can call like your daughter, like your,
Huh?
or like a sister. Okay, sorry, I want to finish. Okay, 17. The Yaakov now says, no, sorry, 18. We did 17. Aviyav and Yaakov came Sholem. He came whole. Ir Shechem, to the city of Shechem. So he left Sukkot now. He's by Shechem, right? Which is today, unfortunately, called Nablus by many, but we call it Shechem. Asher be'eretz Canaan, in the land of Canaan. So Sukkot was outside the land of Canaan. Now he's first entering back into the land of Canaan. Beautiful sicha of the Rebbe over here. Canaan Aram. Coming from Padna Aram, Vayichan al Pnei Ha'ir, and he encamped before the city. Rashi in 18, Shalom Begufa, he was intact in his body. He was cured from his limp. Remember, he limped after battling the angel. Shalom b'mayin, it was intact regarding his money. Shalei chaser klum, that he wasn't losing anything. Mikol Esai doidain of the gift that he gave to Esav. Shalom b'teira also, and he was intact with his Torah learning. He didn't miss a class any day of Chumash and Rashi. Imagine that. He didn't miss a day of Chumash and Rashi. Huh? Well, he learned it on his own. It wasn't online, but he learned it on his own.
Very close.
Yeah. He didn't forget in the house of Lavan his Torah learning, right? That he learned from his father and from Shem Ve'aver. Remember, he spent 14 years by Shem Ve'aver, right? Ir Shechem, to the city of Shechem, Kamoy Lo Ir, and others like to the city. It's a prefix. Kamoyhu ad boyacha Vayishlach. Okay, and it's coming from Padna Aram, right? Mesopotamia. Like a person says to his friend, like what would I have to say? He came from Padna Aram. Obviously, we know that that's where he started his journey from. We know it comes from love. And why is the verse telling me this, right? So it's like a person who says to his friend, this person came from two lions. And he came unharmed. He came complete. Afkan here too. And he came complete intact. From Padna Aram, Milavan from Lavan, Esav from Esav. That he confronted him on the journey. That's why it's coming to tell us, to emphasize how he came complete.
The teeth of the lion, not two lions. Shinei arayot.
No, Shnei. Sorry, it's not Shinei. It's Shnei. Shnei. Read with the vowels. Shnei. It's two. Actually, it's interesting. Here it says teeth, and here it says two. So there's different girsois over here. No, it's not teeth. It's two. No, it's two. Because there were two lions he dealt with. He dealt with Lavan and Esav. Those are the two lions. Here it says teeth, but doesn't make sense. Also,
Makes sense.
huh?
Makes sense. It's
Shnei. It's Shnei.
It's Shnei, but here.
No, okay. Anyway, let's go weiter. Let's go. It's two lions. It's two lions.
But there is
Because the vowels are added. The vowels are added there. So the vowels were added incorrectly, right? Shnei or shinei is different vowels. Those were added. Okay. Yiken eschel kasasoda, and he bought a portion of the field that he placed his tent there. Miyad ben Bnei Chamar, from the hands of the sons of Chamar, of Shechem, the father of Shechem. B'mei kesita, for 100 kesita. Rashi. There's a beautiful sikha that I learned last night with my son Yosef. We learned a sikha on this kesita, which means ma'ah, is an amount of money. Rabbi Akiva said, Hayam, when I went to the cities of the seas, and in other words, abroad, they would call them ma'ah kesita. And in brackets, he says, Targumai churfan. Unkeles explains the word kesita means toivim, good. Charifim b'chol makom, sharp in any place, can go in over l'seicher, like negotiable currency. Okay, last verse. Quickly. What time is it? Okay, let's get it done. B'yatsev, and he set up Sham Mizbeach, an altar, v'yikra loi, and he called to him, Kale, God, the name Kale, Elokei Israel, the God of Israel. Whoa, let's see Rashi over here. Very interesting how he calls to God. Okay. Vayikra Elokei Israel. They called it God is the God of Israel. Not that the altar is called the God of Israel. Ella al Shem Sha'aya Kodesh Baruch Hu. But because God was with him, and rescued him. Kara Shem Hamizbeach al Shem Hanes. He called the name of the altar after the miracle. That the praise of God should be mentioned. B'kriyas Hashem through the proclamation of the name of the altar. Kaloima Mi Shehu Kel. He who is God. Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that is the only one, blessed be He. Hu Lelikim Li Shishmi Israel. He is a God for me, whose name is Israel, right? Yaakov's name is Israel. Likewise, we find regarding Moshe, Hashem Nisi, that he called its name Hashem is my miracle. Hashem, not that the altar is called Hashem. Ella al Shem Hanes Kara Shem Hamizbeach. The name of the altar is called after the miracle. To mention the praise of God, Hashem hu nisi, that Hashem is my miracle. Rabbeinu darshu, but our sages they expounded. Shakodesh Baruch Hu kara liYaakov Kel, that God had called Yaakov Kel. He called him God. And the words of Torah are as a hammer that shatters a rock. Mischalkim, the Kamataimim, that they're divided into many lines of reasoning. But I only come for the simple meaning of the text. Whoa, there's a lot there, but we don't have the time. We are going to go to Tanya.